Hello, everyone, and welcome to another scene for Sept of the Howling Winds, Werewolf San Diego. In this scene, we have a social of sorts, a bunch of Sept members mingling with each other, and probably a new arrival as well. So we will just kick this scene off uh, on the bond, where there's someone waiting.
And onto the ball comes a large grey wolf that just kind of lumbers across it, who appears to have business with people here. Because he should. He lives here.
Um,
Kyle will be right behind him, looking for the newcomer.
Same with Lefty.
yeah,
The newcomer, by the way, when he makes
before you all arrive, there is someone already there, sort of investigating the newcomer.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as you made your howl, and somebody comes up from behind you. You hear her soft footsteps. She's not trying to sneak, but she's not being overly noisy either.
Gotcha.
And there's a very strong sense of pure breed smell, but it seems hollow, if that makes sense.
Gotcha. He'll kind of look over his shoulder.
You'll see a young woman, about 5'2", 5'3", much like the picture.
She sees a fellow who stands about 6 feet tall. He's toned, but not very well built. Doesn't look like he works out that much. More like he's just got kind of a natural springiness to him. He's wearing a leather jacket, a pair of jeans that have a couple of holes in them. Don't look like they were bought that way. Boots, a shirt that says Rockstar or Angel. Clearly Native American and has a Tana pure breed. He does seem a little bit older, probably in his mid to late 30s. But he doesn't carry himself like an elder, or even anything above a Cleith. He just has kind of a smile on his lips that looks like it can either go from being very tender to very, very smarmy, a very quick notice, and he is bleeding the presence of Coyote.
She gives you a kind of a strange look, and then she like raises her neck. Sorry, I'm still not used to how all this works yet. And she kind of closes her eyes, like praying you're not going to hit her or something, maybe.
Does she actually have green hair out of game, by the way?
Yes, she does.
Cool beans, greens. Okay, look, here's the deal. All I want to do is pop a squat here for a little bit, couple days. Maybe I might stick around for a little bit longer, but I'm not the commitment type. When it's that quick, so I don't quite know yet. But you're fine, kiddo. Shouldn't call people kiddo here. You don't know me. Let me not do that.
Okay, Raya.
I feel it's my duty as a Galliard to point out to you that that is a suffix, and there are Garu I have seen that if you say it without their name first, which, by the way, mine is Jesse, Man of a Thousand Faces, they will pop you so hard upside your head you will never forget it.
Yes, Jesse, with the man with 1,000 faces, Raya.
There we go. I like you.
And she's taking on a very kind of meek, submissive physical posture, as the others will now be able to arrive.
Yes. A large grey wolf, which should note has angry-looking red eyes that seem to kind of glow with violent intent, and the wolf shadow is far larger than itself, approaches you.
Lefty looks like he does in the picture. No distinctive pure breed or anything, just walking with a stick across his shoulders.
Oh yeah, this This guy smells of distinctive Fenrir. Heavy.
Right behind them is a man who is about 6 foot, very heavy, child of God pure breed, and he seems to be happy, but when he notices someone, but then his face goes back to being serious.
Have these
He would
people
meet
following
Desiree
behind him?
and kind of do like a quick smile and then kind of break his gaze to the newcomer.
I'll give him a big smile. And the thing about him is it totally goes to his eyes. Like he's actually that like jovial.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't that be considered confrontational in guru culture?
There are no lupuses here. Knock it off.
Yeah, and the lupus
I
is
can't
pro.
I need to learn.
Balance.
So Kate is
Foster.
sort of watching. Sorry, Kate is sort of watching from the outskirts, and she is in lupus form. She is as the picture, says.
He'll wave at everyone that just showed up. And he'll say, "Hey, man with 1,000 faces," or Jesse, if you like that sort of brevity thing.
Being the senior one here, Kyle steps forward. Bleeding fire, child of Gaia, born on 2 legs, crescent moon.
Hot. I'm a Galliard. I'm of the Actana tribe, kind of obviously, maybe. I don't know. 2 parents, they're human. I'm from Florida. I just got here. I'm Seminole.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of looked at a map and figured out which would be the farthest way to go without hitting water or Canadians. Nothing against Canadians. I'm not there yet.
Kate sort of pads up and sits a few feet away, but kind of close-ish to Lefty.
How long are you going to stay here?
Oh, I don't know, man. I got nowhere else to go. But I don't have a reason yet to be here. Maybe I'll find one.
Why do you have nowhere else to go?
Yeah, Lefty kind of just raises an eyebrow. You know?
Out of game, I couldn't hear you. I just...
One moment. Sorry.
I think he
He
asked.
said, "Why do you have nowhere else to go?"
Let's go. Yeah, and then Lefty just kind of nodded with him.
Are you guys talking over Kyle? Like, this needs to be, like, is that a thing?
No, Lefty wait for Kyle. Lefty wait for Kyle.
Yeah, sorry. I think it's because background noise. Yeah, no. They're asking why you didn't have anywhere else to go.
Oh, because this was kind of my landing point for where I was gonna go. So if I go anywhere from here, I've got to figure it out.
You have history? Is your history following you here?
No, I don't have any history. I mean, like, I got history. I mean, I got tons of stories, and I got, like, people, and I got a ma. I think she's in Prague or Reykjavik or...
Let me be
I don't know
clear.
where the hell she went. Huh?
Let me be clear.
Okay,
Do you
sure.
have anything that will bring problems to the Sept?
I owe this guy Joey Biscuits some money, but I think I settled that debt.
That is a good answer.
Okay.
What sept did you originally come from, and why did you leave?
I originally come from the sept of the squatting pig. And no, man, I'm just fucking with you. I come from a sept in Florida. It's an Actana sept. I don't mean to be a dick, but I'll tell you the name later. Because I don't give a right.
Lefty will very calmly put a hand on Abel's shoulder and just, give it that squeeze, like, easy, but,
He doesn't have a
very-
shoulder. He's a wolf.
It's, on the wolf shoulder then, whatever.
The wolf shoulder.
give it just a
Wolves
firm
have
squeeze.
shoulders. Jeez.
Yeah.
We have
You just give a firm squeeze and
ligaments.
I'll try to be as calming as hell.
I know, man. I hit 36 and realized that I'm still a Cleith, and I'm kind of, maybe trying to do better than that.
Kyle's eyes go wide, like you're 36.
He'll smile big at him,
Yeah.
like, 2 thumbs up, gold star.
He's not hiding it. The shock is evident.
Oh, he thumbs him up so huge, like super green. I'm 36. Look.
He
You want
sort
the
of
story?
mumbles a question to Lefty.
That she just raises an eyebrow. You know?
He's like, here. You want to hear how this happened? It's an amazing story. Specifically at his elder. That's you, Anthony.
He looks at him. I'm shit talking Lindsay in the side chat, but he looks at you. It's more or less this is a thing now. You don't look like you're causing issues. If you gonna stay here, there are some rules, of course, you're gonna have to follow. You're gonna have to make yourself available to the warden, the warder. I think he's going to be around soon-ish. But yeah, you should probably do that sooner than later. Don't make him find you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Question? While we're here, I'm a Gemini. I like long walks on the beach. I don't know.
With that, Kyle will begin a rite of cleansing. Start beating him with the stick.
I normally have to pay for this.
Oh, that's convenient.
You should start screaming, "Don't beat me, Daddy! I didn't do it." Oh.
Oh my.
I'm not kidding. Before the ritual, before it starts and it's considered renown losing, this is how he's 37 and still clear. He would say, I normally have to pay for this.
Don't make jokes like that. And he just looks at you with like a straight face. Don't make jokes like that. There are people
Don't make me roll for frenzy.
Resty's like holding on to it. He's like, please don't make him fucking. Please don't make him fucking frenzy.
He looks at him and he's like, what makes you think I'm joking?
Oh no. But with that, I can find the channel. There we go. I believe that's the only weird one. It's like charisma rituals. Div 7.
Yep.
All right, spending a willpower. If you allow it.
Kate whispers another question to Lefty.
2 successes.
And he is cleansed.
All right. With that, Kyle will start leading him into the set proper. Start pointing out things, individuals of note, and along the way, he's going to allow people to make like introductions if they choose to, or more intimate ones if they choose to.
She'll follow on behind, staying close, and basically sandwiching himself between Kate and Abel.
He's got his hands buried deeply in his pockets, just kind of walking with the most amazing lack of purpose, and yet with such a stride.
Oh, I forgot.
Very
Go ahead,
close
sorry.
to Lefty, looking a little bit confused. Well, about as confused as a wolf can look, anyway.
I forgot to mention this. Turning back to Jesse, the Alphas and Lieutenant. Thought you should know that.
I'm so happy right now.
I know you are. So right over there we have the Shrine to Fenris.
Kate is
Everyone looks pleased at
staring,
this.
looking a little bit confused, but she's just like studying Jesse Steele, the man with 1,000 faces. Like she's trying to figure something out.
Ask the question, Kate.
You can definitely see why he's called Man with 1,000 Faces, because his expression, he's got a very expressive face.
At some point on the tour, Gabby's gonna make a point to come up and introduce herself because she's like supposed to be responsible now or whatever.
Responsibility, what's that?
But first she'll kind of extend her throat with like a smile to Kyle, the new Raya.
Looks at Gabby. It's kind of just like wasn't supposed to be the way this was supposed to happen, but
No, she looks like really really excited. But then she looks to
she accepts it. He kind of just lets you have the conversation.
looks to the newcomer and says, Gabby, this is the Flame, Black Fury, Hamid, Cleith, Guardian of the Sept. It's nice to meet you.
He'll wave at her, and he'll say, Jesse Steele, Man with 1,000 Faces. I'm an Octana, and hey.
One of my mothers was an Uktana.
That is awesome!
Abel walks over to this new person that he hasn't seen before and will just kind of sit before her. And will say, Abel Trimbenson, Luna's Glimpse, Homid Born, Galliard, clear for the Fenrir.
Trimbenson.
He,
You related to a certain other Trimbenson that had been here before?
he's my cousin.
Well, glad to have you.
It looks like Kyle was about to say something really insensitive, and probably he stopped himself because that's a Black Fury. But they were all girls. Wait, what?
You will notice that every once in a while, Jesse will look at Kate.
All of you will notice that Desiree, or the person, those of you that know who she is, did not follow anyone onto the Sept. She stayed behind.
Kate, while she's studying you, she seems kind of shy. Maybe, it's not quite sure. It's a little hard to tell. She's pretty stuck to Lefty's side.
He'll kind of crouch down and kind of rest his elbows on like his knees, and like kind of fold his kind of lace his fingers in front of him in like a more kind of relaxed position. And he'll say, "Hey there, little sister. You okay?"
She seems a little. She seems really timid. Potentially a little. Well, we could call it skittish. She sort of smells you, and in a quiet, shy voice, she says, "Hello, I'm Kate, Hamid, Cub." It looks like she's trying to remember everything she's supposed to say. I'm Uktana. And she sort of looks at Lefty to see if she needs to say anything else.
Gives a thumbs up, basically, you know.
Okay.
You can't be a cop and a lieutenant at the same time.
He'll turn table. She's up from lieutenant stock.
So she's a cub, is what you're saying.
She did, in fact, say that she was Cub.
Gotcha.
Don't forget your auspice.
Yeah, no, that was
Kate has forgotten her auspice. Lefty gave her the thumbs up. She thinks she's
Yeah.
good.
He realized like
that's
halfway through.
Ask. He'll kind of tilt his head. He'll say, "What room were you born under?"
Oh, I think it's called Violet Docks Waxing. I think.
You're gonna love me.
Waxing Halfling.
Kind of just looks at this exchange and kind of shakes his head.
Lefty gives her
You're
actually.
gonna love me, little sister. I'm gonna give you so much reason to earn your name.
I suppose we're past the point
Okay,
of.
at this point, like, Kate sort of backs up a little bit and hides kind of behind Lefty. She looks at him and she says, "What does he mean?"
He's implying he might be trouble, which I have little tolerance for.
Usually not the best thing to say in front of two file docs. Lefty will smile.
Or me.
It looks as though he's trying really hard to understand your not genuflex. What's what I'm looking for? It looks like he's trying very hard to witness your attitude, but he's having a really hard time.
What do you mean? I'm sorry.
Not yours. With the Fenrir, it basically seems like I get you're trying to be hard. I'm just not there. He's just
No,
not there.
he seems irritable, especially since he's a lupus. He doesn't actually have much manipulation, so he's not that he's even hiding his emotions, but it's fairly clear that he has a sort of irritation regarding you.
I get you out of game.
Yeah.
He'll smile.
Lefty will just turn. I think he means he's going to be much joking, probably, mostly. Lefty just is kind of.
But he's not a Ragabash. And you see, like, the wolf's eyes kind of look up towards Lefty, or rather redeems the fallen in his mind, and kind of, like, you see his brow furrow in a rather homedy fashion.
He looks back at Abel, noticing the confusion. It's okay to tell jokes.
You see, I may not be a Ragabash. Oh, go on. Again.
Oh, he'd just say, you don't have to be a Ragabash to tell jokes, Abel. He'll smile.
I'm aware. I stuffed binary into the back of my vehicle.
He'll smile and he'll say, "I may not be a Ragabash, but my father questions every single day of his life whether Coyote himself crawled into my mother's bed. So, if you're any way, shape, or form familiar with Coyote, you'll understand."
I'm not saying you're not a Coyote. Just so we're clear about this supposed confusion of identity. You are not a Coyote.
I don't think so. I could be wrong, but I feel pretty wolf to me.
That's because you are.
But now you just confused me. It didn't even take that much. Need to step the game up. No.
Having a heritage is not the same as being that heritage.
I mean, we can get into the scientific semantics of the fact that most red wolves, which I am from the stock of, now have an extreme amount of coyote blood in them, but I don't want to.
So what are you trying to say, Abel? Cal just poses him the question.
Whatever, he's not my real dad, I don't care. He'll look over at Kyle.
No, that wasn't the point I was making. The point I was making. The point I was making is what. How do you come into that conclusion, Abel?
I would say it can, to an extent.
No. I mean...
Oh, no, in character, Abel will say, all I'm saying is that there is a line.
And what line is that?
Between the auspices, and it's down to the individual to keep their influences in check.
Influences? Keep going. I want to see how deep this hole gets.
I'm not here to play games.
She just takes a sigh. Oh.
I mean, the other asks you a question. He digs his bag, pulls out a bag of Smart Pop, and starts eating the popcorn.
I mean, there's no malice in his eyes. It's just he just asked you a very direct question. That's all.
It's just the way he said it. So it kind of came across as a bit patronizing to Abel. At least when it's, I want to see how far down the hole this goes.
He looks at him and he says, well, depending on what the spirits bless you, it can manifest in different ways.
Where on the sept are you guys right now?
You pick. We're walking, and Kyle's giving a tour. So anybody can...
Okay, then I'm just going to say that you guys woke somebody up, and he's really not that happy about it.
That's fine.
Lefty does another eternal sigh, like, oh. Oh,
you see a very large silvery gray wolf come trudging up towards you with a very annoyed look on his face.
I think I know about this guy, so immediate submission.
Yep,
oh yeah.
Yep.
Especially since he can probably smell the Fenrir on him, which makes this all more yes, absolutely. He rolls on his back, exposes his front and his underbelly, draws his paws into his body, and puts his tail between his legs.
Aw, his lower third didn't save. I'll have to make a new one. So yeah, everybody who has been on this sept for any length of time will know that this is the warder, punches all the faces, Athro, Fenris,
Fluffy Grandpa.
Arun. Yes, Fluffy Grandpa.
Do call him that.
He's not angry, he's just annoyed. And he's like, can an old man get any sleep around here?
That wasn't really a question. It's kind of an rhetorical one.
Does he also give us like permission to get up, or do we just let
Yes. Yeah, he kind of like just brushes a paw across you, each one of you, like whatever.
As a note, this character did submit to that one. You can fuck with your peers. You ain't fucking with that.
Very, very good idea.
Raya, if I may.
He gives a nod.
This is a man with 1,000 faces. He's new to the sept.
He looks at you, studying. He looks at Jesse, studying him. He goes over and sniffs.
He will submit whatever part he wishes to sniff upon as long as it doesn't violate the litany.
Well, this wolf is massive. He's nearly a normal Hispo wolf in his lupus form. He's huge, so he's probably just sniffing her hair.
Yeah.
Have at it. It smells good.
And he smells the Uktana pure breed. Here,
When I looked at a map,
pup.
whoa! Don't rip my tongue out. When I looked at a map and I was trying to figure out where to go from Florida, this was the furthest without having to deal with Twilight and New York City.
Makes sense.
Yes! Thank you.
Smell
I'm honored.
familiar. I wonder if you're related to our alpha.
I don't know. Is your alpha of Seminole stock?
I'll explain that to you.
Okay, maybe we're okay. I shuts up.
I think she is. I'm not for certain, though. She might
Thank
want
you
to
for
speak
passing
with
it
you.
along.
She
Oh.
likes to keep track of her tribe mates. And then he turns to the rest of you. So what were y'all going on about that was so important you had to wake me up?
We were talking about spiritual heritage. Raya.
It's an eyebrow. He cocks a lupus eyebrow. Like, what?
Those who have been blessed by spirits, showing those who have been blessed by spirits, their marks showing upon their flesh.
Ah. And what about it got to the point of yelling?
Oh, it was a question of. Why don't you explain it, Abel? Since you're the one that questioned it so heavily.
Certain things were. He looks to like Jesse. Implied, neither made it clear that while spiritual blessings may alter one's outlook, they are not justification for acting outside one's auspice, or in this particular instance, causing trouble for everyone else.
He looks at Abel. Are you a theurge?
Thank you.
No.
I was gonna come.
Are you a Philodox?
No.
Then you need to shut up.
Actually, I got Roman himself, so actually doesn't try not to laugh. Because I was like, oh. So I'm roasting some
You don't know
for that.
anything about what you're talking about, and I suggest that if you'd like to learn more, you talk to a theurge or a Philodox. And don't let me catch you acting like one again. You're a Galliard and a Fenrir. We let
Exactly.
people prove themselves.
I hold myself to a standard.
And who are you to pass judgment upon somebody who has not yet proven themselves to you? You don't know him from anybody else.
I have not judged him. I'm making my viewpoint and my lines clear. I'm not saying he has crossed them at all. Actually, I was clarifying where the line lays for me personally.
You've been here, what, 2 weeks?
He would look at his watch if he had one. Wait, how long has it been actually, OC? About a month and a half?
I think it's out of character. I think it's been a month, maybe.
It's been about just over a month at this point, I think. He'll double it.
The lupus doesn't care about time.
He cares not for Homid variations of time.
No, he's basically just saying you haven't been here long enough to fucking make those calls, so you need to stop. Why don't you step aside and let the guardian or the keeper's assistant make those decisions and tell that information. And you need to work on your attitude, son. And then he sits down, kind of plops himself, and watches everybody else.
Raya, if I may.
He acknowledges Gabby.
I was I was hoping to get a chance to speak with you about some ideas that I had with Thronebreaker about our duties as guardians of the Sept. But if there's a better time and place for it,
no,
if we would rather speak in private.
He doesn't seem to be bothered by it. Go ahead.
Right.
If it affects the whole Sept, maybe everyone should hear it. No need to keep it private.
And she'll take out a little map from her pocket and kind of hold it up to him, and she's drawn little, she and Adelheid had drawn little like escape routes. It's like a fire escape map, mostly for in terms of the kinfolk. And she'll say, "This is in case of emergency. We wanted to go over some safety protocols with the kinfolk, as well as perhaps setting up training sessions with them in case the Sept needed to be defended. And I wanted to get your approval on this route before we actually started teaching it."
He squints at it, puffs at it with his nose. I don't see why not. Everyone could use more training. He looks to Abel pointedly when he says that.
And she extends her neck and says, "Thank you, Raya." And she'll put away the map. That was all.
Sounds good to me.
A rustling in the bushes behind her and jumps and sort of just tries to slink back.
Seer just looks around. Looks like that bush spirit was appeased. Blanks. Blanks again.
Kind of says hello to Sierra. And then kind of, don't say hi to me first. Kind of points to the water.
Hello, Raya.
He gives a huff. And...
Jesse will look at him, and he'll kind of politely make gesture to show he's trying to get his attention.
Prentice will acknowledge him. Basically offering him to step into his office. No.
That's convenient. No, he'll step forward. He'll say, punches out the faces, Rhea. I heard. Well, I wanted to extend my services to you to help with the Sept. Whatever you need me to do. I got 2 feet I can patrol. I got other things I can do too. But well, I'm new and I need to earn my keep and do my part. So I'm letting you know I'm willingly putting myself up here for it.
Wow, just got here and already offering to help. I like it.
Well, hey, you know,
sure.
I'm not gonna lie. Sorry. Bleeding Fire Rio over here. Actually, he was kind enough to remind me and to point out who you were. On top of his duties there, I thought you should know.
Punches just kind of gives another huff with his nose in sort of approval. Sure. One of my guardians just left anyway. You have Gabby here show you the ropes.
I'll smile at her.
Yep, she gives a nice smile back, and she'll say, "You can meet up for our first kinfolk training session, and we'll set up some new patrols. Love to have you."
Awesome.
Where is by perceived office, presumably we're just everyone sees and witnesses this conversation and they're literally talking in the open area. Okay.
Yeah.
No, I was just making sure because otherwise this would have been a lot more awkward and very different.
No, yeah. Everything, basically, what you're seeing is since Punches has entered the gathering, everyone's kind of like now. I would imagine sort of in a circle, like you would be at a moot almost, like just kind of giving their attention to the Athro.
But it's more informal.
Yep,
Yes,
much
yes.
more informal. And he's very informal with himself. He's just laying on the fucking ground. Like, he's like, you woke me up from my nap, so I'm gonna fucking lay here, and I'm a big giant wolf. I crush you with one paw, so kinda, yeah. Fluffy grandpa.
Then Abel's wolf face just turns to Gabriel. Doesn't look her directly in the eye, of course. I'll just say, Gabriel, if it wouldn't be too much trouble, I'd like to train with you earlier. I'm good with hand to hand, not so much with weaponry.
Well, of course. I'm usually in the little sand pit. I'm usually punching a punching bag, but I'd love to have a partner.
Kate will whisper her goodbye to Lefty and just sort of slink back into the woods.
Oh, you gotta go. Bye.
Katie sneaks off. I will step forward towards the Afro.
I've heard the Alpha's presence mentioned several times, but no one's told me your name yet.
Oh, Wisdom of the Earth.
Strong
Beard.
name.
She's a very strong and wise woman.
Sure.
If you could probably notice that every once in a while, he kind of pauses as if in deep thought. Out of character, he's pack linking.
Abel will step up at this point. Depends if Jesse's done or not. Because he has some manners. But yeah, if Jesse's done, then Abel will step up to the warder next.
He looks at you, kind of narrows his eyes a little bit. What can I do for you?
I want to be a guardian.
Well, I know you can fight. You got that going for you. You definitely need to work on that attitude. Alright, we'll give it a go. But I got my eye on you, kid.
Good. And he seems much more satisfied with this rather kind of weird, because he's a Galliard, but very brief, kind of to the point line of conversation. And we'll walk off. Well, not walk off. We'll step out of the invisible office space.
There's a click, click, click of high heels on dirt. Just more like a crunch, crunch, crunch. As you see the Mistress of Challenges approach.
Proper respect for station.
Oh, look, all that submission. It's going right now.
Yeah, oh, look at that submission going. Yay.
Yep.
And Punches is like, well, this is my cue for me to leave, and he goes back to his den.
All right, I see how it is.
Yeah, damn Punches.
He fucking hates her. He does not like her at all.
No, how you gonna leave us like that though? It's fucked up.
Exactly.
Because I'm a grumpy wolf, and you interrupted my nap. I'm going back to my den. Fuck
Yeah,
y'all.
Bill Bennett ends up being a Shadow Lord for a little bit. Shit, just like, oh, he's clicking.
She approaches, sees everybody showing submission. She smiles, like, lets everybody stay in their position. She gestures for Lefty to get up.
It does.
Ah, lad, I wanted to welcome you to the grand life of the Phylodox. Honor, integrity. I'm proud of you. You survived.
Thank you, Raya.
She'll give you like a pat on the shoulder. So I hear you made some choices out there. Brought somebody back with you.
You heard correctly, Raya.
So tell me more about Seeker. The Den Mother
Seeker.
hasn't been very forthcoming with information.
He'll nod. Well, far be it for me to disobey the Den Mother if she wishes not to tell you, Raya. He'll kind of awkwardly stare.
You're smart, too. And she kind of ruffles his hair. Keep it up. But remember, if they fuck up, it's on you. And being a Phylodox, that applies doubly so.
I thank you for your words of wisdom, Raya. Words of wisdom, Raya, and I will take them to heart.
Good. I haven't seen your speckled pet around lately. Are you? Did you lose them out in the woods or something?
Unfortunately not, Raya. I believe she is doing her chores of the sept like any good proper cub would do, Raya.
That's a rage roll.
Yeah, Lefty needs to take rage and roll it.
Yep, I'm definitely taking rage and I'm spending willpower because I don't want to call this.
That's probably a good
Raya.
idea.
I'm spending some willpower, yep. I'm good, I keep it in, but I'm like,
She lets out a soft sigh. Yep, you're a child of Gaia.
Oh, he's.
Indeed I am. Raya. Indeed I am.
Oh, you see her looking at Kyle.
You're an honor to your tribe.
Lucky I spent the willpower.
If Kyle perceives that as an insult, he needs to take rage.
No, he took the rage. Like he has it.
Good. All right. Good.
But there's like he's keeping it in, but there's like the audible like vein that's like at his temple. It just popped out.
Nice.
Abel's just like, the people who are up front, I like this.
Keep an eye on them. They're usually the ones that fall to the worm the fastest. Just remember, there's also that other cub. We already know she's tainted, and I'm not certain that she won't be cleansed ever. Death might cleanse her. But again, that's not my call.
Of course, right.
Have a good day.
You said yourself. Yes, right. It looks over at Kyle like, oh.
Kyle, he's already there. He's waiting for
blinks as she hears Miss Philodox make calls about how to cleanse people.
Yeah, she did, and it's just like.
To be fair,
is she like walking away?
She's turning to walk away. Did you want to say something?
Yeah, if I could
punches,
catch her attention.
he punches come back and yell, "You're not a fucking theurge, bitch!" And
Yeah, if I could get her attention before she walks away, if that's okay.
Yeah, Kyle is digging his claws into your fucking hand. Like, I'm gonna fucking eat this bitch.
Right, if you
comfort him, but sorry, Lily.
Raya, if you have a moment, I would like to take on the challenge that Adelheid had before he left. I'm not take on a formal challenge, but I would like to complete a mission, as I am Guardian of the Sept.
She looks you up and down. All right. It's yours. Let's see, who was it that knew all the other information? Was it Dazzles? I know there's some... And she swallows hard. Gaian leeches that have some information on their location.
I take a rage.
It's getting dangerous.
It's okay, it's okay. She hasn't said we should side with them yet.
They have information on the location of the individuals you are looking for. One of them in particular is strange. From all accounts, you would almost think she's a hippie. But she's not like others, really. She's weird. Very weird. One of the people even said that when they tried to go at her in Krenos, she put her hand up and they stopped and went down into Hamid without them wanting to. And like birds and deer were like just laying around them as if they were the most natural thing in the world. There's something up with them.
And you said Dazzles would know the information on where to find this strange Gaian vampire?
I think she had the information on contacting them. She got it. Who did she get it from? I'm sure she could tell you. I think it was somebody dealing with the covering up of the fire.
Then I will seek her out as soon as possible. Thank you, Raya.
Of course, lass. And she will continue to walk away then.
Grumble, grumble, gonna leeches, grumble.
Takes a long breath and looks over at Kyle.
Kyle is there. It was just like, don't even. he's ready to fight.
He'll calmly walk over to Kyle and put a hand on his shoulder. Challenger. Find a way and challenge her. He just nods and I will make sure it goes by the litany. Challenge her.
After I save Desiree.
Just nods once and we'll just just look more relieved.
At least she's up front.
Kind of looks at him.
Yeah, Aiden, not Aiden. Fuck, Lefty. Will kind of whirl around. She insulted Binary. You heard her.
Yes, but what would be better, her insulting Binary or her lying about it and then insulting her anyway? Behind your back where you can't see. Pushing her agenda from the shadows.
I have literally, in my entire 36 years of life, never met someone with their paw tickling their stomach.
Couldn't have said it better.
Okay, no, seriously, why the fuck is there a coyote spirit here?
Oh, hey, I know it.
It's not a coyote spirit. It's just a lot of spirit heritage, like I was telling you earlier.
The fuck?
Yeah.
It all jumped on me. I don't know why. It just happened like that. I was born like it. I can't help it.
I'm kind of surprised you don't have any fire heritage looking at Sierra.
Oh, yeah, Sierra's glowing. And her which arm was it that she offered? I want to say it was her right. Her right arm looks like it's got a nice little ember to it.
Look, he's gonna turn to Abel, okay? And he's gonna say, "Listen, I can sit here all day and take cheap shots at you, but you really desperately need a little bit of guidance, just a little bit, in your presentation. And instead of sitting here and fucking off on you and making an enemy of you, how about we do this? You teach me how to beat people about the face, and I teach you how to speak to people."
Hey, what the
I'm on duty in a bad mood. I need someone who's been evasive to me from the moment I met them. That is not conducive to me being in a calm and healthy situation.
It doesn't have to be calm and healthy. I told you, I want you to teach me to beat people about the face. You think that's going to be calm?
Can we just get along, maybe? Maybe
That's
just
not
gonna
the two of
happen,
us
Lefty.
get along.
They're already-
Maybe that might be the easiest thing, Abel. Just get along with her.
Look,
He just gives him
okay,
this exasperated look.
Kyle told me a little bit of what happened, but she'll blank and she'll continue and say, "I was appeasing spirits behind that bush for the past hour or two. So I don't know what happened."
Man, that just sounded like, okay. But look, Abel, I don't have a problem with you. You don't have a problem with me. You may think you do, but I promise you don't. If you did, we'd be in a whole different situation. I want to be at least able to work with you. And right now, I can't because of your attitude. But I don't think
I can work with you if you can't. That's
I'm
the
not
problem.
done talking.
Okay.
Okay, this is escalated. Looking at Lefty.
Mhm, yeah, that feels just sigh, you know, like.
Okay, everyone. You don't know me, but Foster here. Foster and saying, let's relax. And if you have any beef, let the Philodoc sort it out with you.
He'll look at the both of them. If you're that eager to get along with each other, and if you're that pent up for the two of each other, challenge. You just say it. Or if you want me to slap a rite of contrition, I'll do it. I'll slap all of you. Fuck it. But if you want to do this the honorable way, challenge each other, punch each other, but just stop shouting. He just rubs his head.
Before you wake up the water.
I'm listening, but I'm not going to get talked over by somebody who doesn't know how to speak in the first place. It's that simple. Now, I want to get along with you, but if you're going to be recalcitrant to it, that's how it's going to be. No challenges, no nothing. I don't have time for you if that's how you're going to be. But I'm extending an olive branch. You can take it or not.
You seem like you have as much to say as I do. It's interesting.
Yeah, well. I'm not here to fight you, okay? I'm not here to fight any of my fellow brothers, sisters, Garus type of folk. I'm not going to take shit from somebody because of it, but let's get along, okay?
Sierra,
If
you
I
feel
wanted to
something
fight
coming
you, I
on your
would-
back.
No. If I wanted to fight you, I would have done already.
Sierra's gonna turn around. I assume she sees Bamboozles just chilling there.
He's like got one paw on each shoulder and is kind of holding onto your back like Yoda in those old Star Wars movies.
Wait, is he in fucking Lupus form? What form is he
Yep,
in?
Lupus.
Okay. I assume that they both took a nap behind the bush together then.
Yeah. I was getting cold. My blanket left.
Yeah, he was just in there and had fucking blissful ignorance active. Look over. Is he awake?
He's hanging on your back. He hopped up on it.
Don't wake him up, right, please. That just gives you this very exasperated. My rage 4 can only take so much, man.
I'll look over at Sierra. I don't think we've met.
Yeah, I don't think we've met. Sorry for thinking you were a coyote spirit. Thought that I was going to have a whole new set of chiminage.
He's not a coyote. He's not a coyote spirit.
No.
What kind of spirit is he then?
He's not a spirit at all.
He's a Garu.
He's a guru. Just a lot of. He's been touched by coyote strongly.
He's been touched by coyote. Does he?
I remember that part.
Mean, and he kind of like bumps your head with the side of his.
Huh?
Does he mean that kind of touch?
No, not that kind of touch.
I think my mother was touched by coyote like that.
That's more appropriate.
Came out that way. I don't think she was touched in the head.
He'll shrug. You know what? I've been like this my whole life. It's just the way I am.
Spirits sometimes leave weird marks.
Do you have any, and he'll hop down off of Sierra's back and go over and sit, his tail wagging right in front of you. Do you have any Mountain Dew? You have Mountain Dew?
No. He's behind him. No. Like that. No.
Kind of dig around his bag. Got vodka. Got Coke. I got Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola. Yes, Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola. I'll take the Coca-Cola. Is it a bottle or a can?
You hear a voice say, "Bamboozles, there you are." I've been looking all over for you.
Just pour it on the ground right here. I'll hide it. Don't worry. Go ahead.
I'll take a can out and put it down.
Symphony runs over and grabs the can. He is not allowed to have soda, especially Mountain Dew. It makes him way too hyper. Hi, Symphony of Memes, Glasswalker Galliard, Adrian.
I love your name. My name is Man with 1,000 Faces. Jesse, if you're into the brevity thing.
You're old.
I know, right?
And you're a Cleath?
I spent a lot of time fucking off.
Guess enjoy the good life, right?
Right? It was amazing, and then my dad died, and I felt like shit, so I got my shit together.
Well, that makes sense. Anyway, don't fucking give him soda or I'll cut you.
You'll cut me?
I will.
Having these things I have to pay for happen here, okay? We're good. Got it. He'll take the soda back, put it in his bag.
She goes and scoops up Bamboozles.
Oh, Raya.
No. You know how it makes you. You can't have it.
Happy and carefree, and I can do all of the things all of the time, all at once. And he looks longingly, like this desperate, longing look at Jesse's bag where the can of soda just went.
This is the most unsympathetic face ever.
Just one can today? Please?
No, I let you have part of one yesterday, and nope, you can't have any more for a while.
I got
It's
Twizzlers.
not my fault.
You want Twizzlers?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
The bag.
You can have one Twizzlers.
I'll pull out one Twizzler. Hand it over.
Why'd you tear that one apart? It looks too short. Give me the other parts of it. I see them all in the bag there. They're all in the bag. I can see them.
I'll give you the whole bag, but I don't think she should be okay with it. She said only one. Okay.
That's only-
Symphony growls in his ear, even though she's in Hamid form.
Yes, Ryan, he'll take the Twizzler in his mouth.
And Symphony kind of just stands there, hey guys, with her Jack Russell Terrier in her arms. What's going on?
It's been an eventful evening.
Yeah, quite the eventful evening.
That Fiona bitch was here, wasn't she?
Yes.
No!
And here we
Makes
go.
me not happy.
Actually, doesn't even. He just loses all the decorum. Yes, she was. Yes, she was here.
Yeah.
I thought I smelled cunt.
Oh my
Why
god,
do
you
people
can say it
not
and
like
I
the mistress of challenges? Mistress. Well, he'll actually say master of challenges, because I think that's actually the official term.
It is, but she calls herself the mistress.
He probably wouldn't
Of
know that
course
because he's
he
only been
does.
here for a couple
Of
months.
course she does.
Yeah, of course she calls herself the mistress.
Master of challenges, was it?
Yeah, I can talk shit about her all I want, as long as I don't talk bad about her tribe. It's not a renown loss. Who the fuck are you?
I like
Yes,
you so much.
Yes.
He didn't even saw it. He's like, why do people hate her? He's literally asking why as a direct, honest question. There was not even anything insulting her sentence. Just so we're clear,
Oh no, because
he did not
No, it's
actually
just-
insult
it's the
anyone.
way- It is. No, she didn't take it as an insult, but it's the way that you said it. She took it as, you don't like the mistress of challenges? No, I don't.
Yeah. No, he asked why. He didn't say, do you? He
Oh,
asked
why?
Yeah.
Yeah, because she's a cunt. That's why. Do I really need another reason?
no, you don't.
I offer you twice. Again, your intention is not coming across, my friend. Please let me do my job to the nation, Abel.
So if I considered this person in front of me and he looks up to Jesse a cunt, I could not like him.
I assume you consider me a cunt, okay? But
Well, I mean, people cannot like whoever they want as long as you work together when the time comes. It's fine. Look, nobody needs to be super friends around here
no.
on purpose. I really don't give a
Well,
fuck
it's just-
if y'all don't like each other or not. I don't expect anybody to smell each other's ass. That's just not the way it works around here.
I'll be clear. I don't dislike him. I just think he's innocent and doesn't understand.
So it's the
Innocent.
36-year-old clear.
He's a Fenrir. He is not innocent.
I'm not. I'm a soldier.
Oh
And
no.
I'm on duty right now.
How about I was
Oh,
being
no.
polite and what I wanted to say was a lot ruder in front of these lovely people?
And I think
the
both of you- I
waving
think-
begins again.
And I think both of you are provoking each other at this point. After you just intervene.
Yeah. I can see that shade from here. It's keeping me cool in the summer.
Yeah, and I think it's probably both of you are starting to get a little bit angry with each other.
So much shade.
Oh, hold on. Let
All right, let's keep the out of
Go back.
character chatter to a minimum. We need the in character to come through, please.
yeah.
Most of which that has angered me this, what is it, daytime? OC? Day. Midday.
I think
This day.
Yeah, it's afternoon.
This day has been the notion of Gaian leeches that don't exist because they're off the worm.
Actually, there was that one that I sniffed out. I followed her, and she can actually talk to dogs, like really, like actually talk to them, and it was actually kind of interesting to like have a conversation with her. And she was really weird. She was really nice, like super nice. Like
You had a
she was weird.
conversation with her.
Yeah.
Right.
But like there was no like when I was like sensing the worm, like she had less worm than probably half of you here.
Just because something's not worm tainted doesn't necessarily mean it's not of the worm. There are many
Anthony liked her
innocents
'cause she
struck with
wouldn't
worm
give me
taint.
Mountain Dew either.
Kyle looks at him and say, "What now?"
Hmm.
That's how witch hunts start.
Oh, they drink blood, not Mountain Dew. It does not surprise me.
I don't know. There's something strange about her. She's different. Kind of a good different, but I'm not sure how I feel about the different. It's I kind of feel it on her, you know, but smells different.
She's a leech. I have to say quite firmly. You know what they did to some of us.
Not all
Well, they're
leeches
still
are kill
doing.
on sight. Just saying.
But they'll kill
There
us
are
on
some-
sight probably. Raya, you know, who
No,
say
they
quite
won't.
genuinely.
No, they won't. There are some that y'all don't know your history, do you? Jeez.
I know my tribe's history. We have always been at war with
There
the
are,
leeches.
but not everybody has. Some have tried to broker deals, make alliances. That still continues to this day. There's no way in hell we are going to kill all of them, and they aren't going to kill all of us either. Not all of them want us dead. We don't want all of them dead. The only leeches anybody has permission to kill are the ones that have been given express permission to. The ones that the warder has given express permission for you to kill.
Yes, Raya.
So, these, she puts up air quotes, Gaian vampires have information on the ones that you were given permission to kill. So I suggest that you listen to what they have to say.
May I ask an honest question?
Sure.
When you say that they're Gaian vampires, okay? Do you mean that they understand and uphold Mother Gaia and fight to serve her, or that they just don't bear the taint of the Unmakers?
No. No, these bitches are about as fanatical as some of us can get. They worship Gaia, they serve her, they believe in her wholeheartedly. They believe that they have permission from her to exist. Her immortal servants.
Oh man, what should I roll to not laugh at that statement?
I don't know enough to
Yeah.
make a judgment, though.
I'm gonna roll willpower because I think Abel would find that so laughable that he would react in some way in a very expressive fashion. He does succeed, so he does not laugh out loud and say, "Ha ha ha, that's a funny joke."
Yeah, I get 2, so I succeed as well.
You know, hunted by leeches. He's not friends with them.
Yeah, Sierra's not gonna like laugh out loud at that. She hasn't had enough. She hasn't had a lot of experience with leeches, period. But she's gonna tilt her head.
But, so you're saying that their intention is to fight the worm and to serve Gaia, correct?
Their intention is to preserve the earth. Yeah. They want to save it as much as the rest of us do. At least from what me and a few others have gotten from them from talking to them. We even took fucking cunty bitch with us so she could use Truth of Gaia. They believe what they believe. They weren't lying to us. They really believe in this stuff. So
I mean, I'm not so twisted that I believe that someone can't be redeemed or find a certain path or things like that. That kind of mindless evil doesn't exist in the world. That's bullshit. Anyone who says it does is selling you something. So, I mean, I'm down with believing that there could be vampires or what the fuck ever they are that would want to serve Gaia, but I'm just going to be very clear that that doesn't even begin to touch the fact that we've been mortal enemies with them for, oh God, since forever. And it could be a sensitive subject.
I'm not saying that we have to be their best friend. I'm just saying you don't have fucking permission to kill them.
Oh, no, I'm just saying I'm with you on board and not, laughing in your face when you say that they're a guy in leeches. I get that.
Okay.
But I'm also clarifying that I understand how other people could be upset.
Oh, I get it too. I'm not exactly that happy about it, but there are some of the, and she throws up air quotes again, nicer ones that I've seen.
Question,
Sure.
Raya.
Just because I have these perfect nails doesn't mean that I ain't killed some bitches.
Your nails are exquisite, but Raya, I have a question.
Go ahead.
So what exactly is the order? What are we supposed to do?
Well, if I heard correctly, Gabby is now heading up that mission. She's gonna talk to Dazzles.
I'm sorry,
What?
maybe I wasn't clear. Is there anything else that we should know?
Oh, about them?
Yes.
That's all I know. I think Dazzles has more information.
Gotcha.
If nothing else, we may be able to bring them a purpose.
They're probably the closest things to an inside ally we're gonna get, so it might be an uneasy alliance. Well, no, it is an uneasy alliance, and it won't be forever. Of course, they have longer. Their forever is longer than ours, but that's beside the point. Look, they're probably the least hostile ones we're gonna find, and we need to wipe out the ones that are hostile. So that's gonna be our best bet. Huh? I didn't hear you, Chris.
Non-aggression is. Oh, sorry. Yeah, he just says after Symphony's done speaking, I believe non-aggression is perhaps our optimal option.
She'll nod. Yeah. So.
I've heard of quid pro quo agreements before, but I've never seen them in action.
The enemy of my enemy is my friend, right? So they don't like these other leeches either. They want to see him gone.
And then begs the question, when we take care of them, well, are they going to turn on us?
Well, I guess that's for us to find out, isn't it? The order is not to kill any unless they attack us, so as long as they hold up their part of the bargain, then they don't have anything to worry about from us.
Wouldn't prevent us from preparing, just in case.
Well, no, of course not. If you checked out the Seps Armory, we got an arsenal against vampires.
Yes, but if they can change their form... I've only seen the basics of leech magic in action, so I won't say any more. All I know is that they can move very fast, hit very hard, and take much more damage than you would expect.
All they need to do is get you alone, Abel. All they need to do is get you alone, Abel. That's all they need.
Well, they're creatures of trickery, right? They're creatures of the night.
Yeah.
Yep, so, I mean, don't go out at night. Alone, anyway. And
avoid,
honestly,
avoid that club
unless
that they're opening.
From what I understand, unless they're really old, they can't even tell what you are anyway.
That is a concern, though, that they're entrenching themselves into the mortal webs. Further than they usually are, anyway. I find them easy to kill when they come to me.
Think about it this way. Oh, yeah, go ahead.
She was just gonna say, I think some of you here don't know the story of why we're after the ones we're after.
I'm new, but as a Galliard, I'd appreciate the tale.
Well, let me give you the rundown. I haven't prepared this story, but you know, I can tell you. Kate. You know who she is, right? The Uktena cub?
Yeah, that cub that snuck off somewhere.
She was kidnapped by Pentex during her first change and taken to a facility that was set up just outside the Sept. She points off over towards the water treatment plant. And there she was conditioned by Pentex and leeches. Pentex was using her for genetic research, and the leeches wanted her for a pet. She was rescued. She has no memory of who she was before she was taken to that facility. She doesn't even have memory of things that were done to her there. All she knows is that these leeches, she views them as her mother, her family. Whatever they did to her mind, they fucked it up. And Wisdom of the Earth says that the block put on her memory is of their doing, that they did it with some sort of magic that they have. And the only way to get it removed is to either have another leech remove it that has the same power, or some sort of spirit quest. And I don't know how far into the Ember we'd have to take her to get it removed. So a rescue party was sent. A very terrifying monster was fought. I think it was put together with a number of people and even parts of Kranos werewolves.
Probably actually have to exchange the glance with Seer because they were there for that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
She was rescued along with 2 wolfkin. And they escaped. And then sometime later, there was a nightclub downtown that some of you who are here went to. And that same leech was there and tried to entice Lefty.
Looks up to Lefty as if for him to comment.
Like I said,
Lefty can.
Yeah, he just waits for her to say he can, basically say. And he'll turn table. Like I said, all they need to do is get you alone. Isolated.
They tried once. They all died.
And he'll also wait for Symphony to continue then. You know.
Yeah.
So, thankfully he was, nothing bad happened to him. And Sierra, why don't you tell them what you did?
Oh, at the club, you mean?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I wanted to create a distraction to get my fellow Garu away from the leeches using their, I guess, hypnotism. So what better distraction than a fire? I summoned a fire spirit because I needed to get something going really quickly, and as capable as I am of arson, I wouldn't be able to do it in plain view of leeches. For that, to set this fire that I needed, I gave up my arm to it. Temporarily. But that's what enabled the fire spirit to begin doing its job and started to break people's mental control.
He left you look at Symphony of Means. Do you want me to tell what Adelheid and Shadow and I saw down there before Sierra lit the fire?
Sure, go ahead. You were there. I wasn't, so.
He'll turn very matter-of-factly and he'll ball his fist. We all got brought down there. Some sort of weird leech fuckery, I don't know. There was loads of people, looked like a rave or something. Then that woman came up and handed me a picture. Her and Kate smiling in a cage. Next thing you know, the ceiling went off. Blood started pouring down all over us. I had a blood rave, like from the movies and shit. They were all looking at all these people like cattle, man. Adelheid and I nearly lost it. Shadow barely kept control. The only thing that got us out was, and clicks his fingers over it, was Sierra.
Good job. I'll note that story.
So that is why this particular leech, and I think she has a companion, needs to be stopped. She took one of our own and tried to make her a pet. And we just cannot stand for that. And you all have met Kate. She acts more lupus than Hamid.
Jesse's gonna step away for a moment.
Is that who she wants to be, though? Because if it was, it would not be wrong.
As far as I know, they forced her to stay in her wolf form, so she is more comfortable in that form.
Yeah. Right now, Kate is discovering who actually Kate is.
We call her Kate because she was named Experiment K8. We don't know her actual name.
Does she exist on any government records, databases, police, missing person case?
There's a series of articles I found that could match the circumstances surrounding her first change, but haven't got a chance to really verify it yet. And out of character, I'll scroll back and find the articles that I posted above them so that you guys can read them. So that could be who she was, but also shocking her with that information right now wouldn't be good either.
Yeah, and after not in agreement, it might actually do the opposite and cause her to run.
Ooh. Wasn't she also on TV?
Right. So after the nightclub thing happened, there was a news broadcast, and Kate was on TV, though everybody knows that she was here on Sept. So they're making clones, I guess, out of her with her DNA that they'd gotten while they did experiments on her. I don't know. I haven't really seen that double again, but we know that it's probably out there.
So their intention was to analyze Garou DNA.
Yeah, and there's probably the same branch, the fucking thing with the dogs, Sierra, you know.
Purses her lips. Rarely actually looks angry, but looks kind of angry.
Wish I could have more. If I could find out her true name.
Main thing is worrying about getting her better now. You can worry about the name later. Right now, she needs to learn how to actually do things again.
It's
Jesse,
just that she
stripping her.
deserves better than. Oh, sorry.
No,
There.
you're fine.
Stripping her of the identity she's built for herself now is not going to do her any good. She wants to be known as Kate. That's what we will call her.
Yep.
I was just thinking she should deserve better than a letter and a number.
She does, but these things take time. She's been severely traumatized and is being built up from nothing, just a connection to a really bad thing. She's only been she in her mind has only ever been known as Kate. So we cannot take that away from her right now. If we can start to jog her memory, if we can start to, if things start to come back to her and then she has questions, if we find out more about her past, then we can answer those as they come. But just taking her aside and saying, no, you aren't this person, you're this person, will traumatize her even more. We can't do that to her.
Right now she's calling us family.
And that's a huge step. A huge step.
May I ask a question?
Yeah.
Who's the den parent here? Who's in charge of the cubs?
Her name is Dazzles the Young. She is Athro, Children of Gaia Galliard.
Bamboozles yells squirrel and launches himself off of Symphony's chest and goes running off.
Where the fuck? Bamboozles, where are you going? I'll get him in the pack link.
Going after that squirrel spirit. Oh shit, he's going after a squirrel spirit.
Do you know if there are any other Tana Galliard in the set?
I know we have Uktena Theurge, a couple of those. Not offhand, I don't think so.
Because I noticed she has blood of my tribe. I was gonna offer to teach her some of the old stories.
You can I'm sure you could definitely do that. I mean, Dazzles is a very, very seasoned Galliard, but even she doesn't know everything.
His demeanor's changed. He doesn't seem as like bright and bubbly, as happy as he did, but he doesn't seem like he's angry or anything. It just kind of seems more like he's deep in thought. That deed name coming through.
Symphony will look thoughtfully at Jesse and say, she is of your tribe. Perhaps it would be really good for the two of you to bond. She needs that sense of family.
Sure, I'd be glad to.
She nods.
If you decide to do that, Mask with 1,000 Faces. Holy shit, I just realized I forgot to introduce myself. Sierra Darcy, Lace with Dragons, Black Fury, Theurge Foster, nice to meet you. Anyway.
Jesse Steele, Man with 1,000 Faces, Galliard of the Uktena, touched by Coyote.
Awesome. Anyway.
Symphony snickers.
I thought it was funny too. Like everybody else was acting weird. I'm done.
Again, I'm pretty sure it's my mother, not me, but I don't know. People like to
exactly. You get it. Anyway,
if you were gonna
with you.
If you were gonna start talking with Kate more and getting her to learn more about her tribe. That's definitely a good thing.
I mean, I was only a cub for 10 years, that's all. I picked up a thing or two.
Oh, that's fair.
Symphony's eyes widen and looks at you like, are you serious?
So serious. I changed the day after my 26th birthday, and I became a Cleat the day after my 36th birthday.
Well, hot damn.
I know, right? It's amazing. I look back at Sierra Rhea.
Well, I was planning on starting up some treatment for her. The wounds that have been inflicted are psychological, and though Mother's Touch cannot heal scars of that kind, well, Crescent Moons are still healers.
Lefty kind of... Why don't we, Raya, worry about actually getting her stable first? Wouldn't that be the best thing?
Out of character, it does stand to mention, in case y'all forgot, she does have numerous silver scars all over her body.
Okay, important question, okay? It's an important question. Where's she staying? Like, where's she crashing?
She stays with the rest of the Cubs, yeah. The Cubs all stay in the teepees over there, and Dazzles is very adamant that they all stay together every night.
Okay.
But anyone else is welcome to stay there with them. They just can't leave the grounds at night.
I'll put myself out there. You can't rush anything, can't force anything, but I'll make myself available to her as a brother, and try to get to know her a little better, pass on our ways to her, and I'll help look out for her.
Lefty just says very quietly, she likes music.
Well, what kind of music? It's a lot.
She likes anything soft, usually. She doesn't really know bands. So anything kind of soft and gentle. She usually likes to sleep to it.
I can sing a little bit, but
she likes singing.
I got
it. You'll just say nodding. That's what I used to do to calm her down when I was a cub.
Actually, really quickly, I'm gonna check something if I'm right now. I'm confusing your Irish accent with your character having one. Don't worry about it.
Sorry. It's hard
meanwhile, wow, there's a guy standing there. He wasn't there before. Oh wait, it smells like Abel. It's probably Abel. I simply offer a word of warning. Psychiatry is extremely complex. Helping someone isn't the same as curing them. I've seen more than one Garu fall to mental illness or Verano or both just because someone said the wrong thing at the wrong time.
Actually, speaking of that, Sierra, there's something I want to talk to you about. But later. It just triggered a memory.
Alright, cool.
But now that we're talking about helping other people, Abel, I don't think you should be alone teaching the Cubs.
In regards to?
In general.
Explain.
Your actions thus far, I question. Insofar as making sure that insofar as others should be in on that conversation.
You want me to tag along?
No, I don't want to put anyone else out. It's just more of an action that I think it should be more of a community effort, not just a one-person effort.
Okay.
This is something I cleared at the den mother. If you take issue with that, you can take up with her, or you can challenge me over the issue. I have no problem with that.
You know, I just... He rubs his face.
People have traditional values. People have different liberal values. I have to say very evenly. If he's cleared it with the den mother, I'm sure Kyle Raya can talk to the den mother and sort this. If he has further issue, then they can settle it. And he brings up a very good point. A communal effort is a good point. I don't think he's questioning it.
Sorry. He wouldn't say that way you're speaking. This is me speaking out of turn.
He'll just smile. He'll kind of squeeze Abel's shoulder. He'll squeeze Abel's shoulder. I don't think he's cutting at your ability. I think he's just being concerned.
For a Fenrir, you're rather sensitive.
Lefty will close his eyes. It's like Kyle, you know, and he'll like look over.
For Coggy, you're quite provocative.
I've been called worse. He just laughs.
May I speak freely for a moment?
Remember,
you have been doing so this entire time. I doubt anyone is going to stop you now.
I'm having a lot of trouble with the way that you're speaking to your elder. You realize he's fostered among our people, right? And he's your elder.
Yes, I accept this.
But you don't act like it. That's my problem. I'm trying really hard to be polite. I'm trying to... Just your whole attitude, your mansplaining, your attitude, your entire demeanor, the whole thing about you. But you know what? I can take that, but I'm really taking issue with the fact that you keep talking to him, and he points over at Kyle, like you're on equal ground with him, like you deserve or have the agency. Just speak to him however you please. You've been disrespecting him so much. And I just...
Kyle kind of puts up his hands like, Jesse, I get it. Jesse, I get it.
No, you know what? Like I said, I'm a Galliard. I'll just make sure the spirits know. He'll smile.
Wait a minute.
If you're going to diss me towards the spirits, I will challenge you and I will cut you up. I'm not interested in that conversation.
Oh, darling. All day.
Okay.
It's fine.
Guys. Let the Philodox.
I think both of you.
I'm tired of this dick measuring contest.
Yeah, he'll just nod. Thank you, Sarah Raya. Both of you, I think, are escalating each other. Yes, Abel, you do come across as brash. However, if Kyle does not have a problem with it, I'm sure Kyle, if he feels like he has issue, will take you on issue. However, talking to the spirits when no issue is being made seems more antagonistic than anything, and I don't think you want to do that, do you, Jesse?
I'll smile at him.
Well, you kind of look at him like, you know.
I was just concerned where Carl was coming from because as far as I knew, I had cleared everything with the demo.
You don't let anyone explain anything. Every time I say something to you, you open up to challenge it.
No, you said you did clarify the situation. You said you questioned my actions thus far.
Every time you say something, you literally place your foot in your mouth. This is why I'm not throating you right now. I'm trying to get you to see it. Stop and listen.
Clarify then.
You have to listen.
Okay.
I understand you have a passion. I don't question that. I actually applaud it. But in order for you to survive in this nation, you have to learn how to temper that. Does this make any type of sense to you?
Temper is in what and how?
I don't believe I'm the one that has to explain to you, but look at it this way. There are other people watching your example. You have to watch what you say, how you say it, and who you're saying it to. And now if there was someone else here of higher rank that saw issue with the way you kind of jump to your conclusions, you would be dead right now. No questions asked. And they would be right. Me earlier was softballing it to you so you could actually see and back up. But you didn't. You kept digging the hole.
Executing a guard is often considered high treason.
What
Kyle is trying to say, and he'll put his hands up to both of them, is you're jumping to the conclusion. He's not. Raya can throat you quite easily for the way you talk. Punches Raya nearly did so. That's what he's trying to point out.
That's his right. He can do that. I would not complain. He is well within his right.
But you're missing the lesson behind it. That's his point.
There's no point in me throating you if you're not going to learn from it. Do you get where I'm coming from? Take a step back, breathe, and just think.
He just kind of looks at you with this like and face.
If you look at him with an end face,
he's looking at you as if to clarify what you want him to do. He does what you want him to do, and he feels no different and seems to express this on his face.
Lefty.
Yep. Yes, Raya?
Break it down for him in simpler terms. Not now, but when you two are alone.
I just nod. Yes, Raya.
I don't want to see him killed.
Regarding the Matahada, I apologize for backtracking us, but I believe we were on a tangent. Regarding the matter teaching the other cubs, I'd be a hand-to-hand combat instructor and a linguistics instructor. I know several languages. These would be the areas where I would be tutoring them. I would expect it to be a communal effort, or for it to be entirely under the purview of the Den Mother entirely, or Den Errands.
Kyle kind of he looks like he's ready, he wants to fight this, but he's just like, all right, I'm done. So.
He just gives Kyle a look like, talk to Dazzles, you know what I mean? If it's like, please, just talk to Dazzles.
With that, Sierra, I don't, speaking of getting things squared away, how are the rest of the shrines coming?
They're coming well. Most of them are still in their planning stages and whatnot.
All right.
Actually, sometime in the next few days, I may want to get with you so I can talk about Unicorn.
We have a lot to talk about, but it's not the time for that talk.
Ooh-wee. All right.
Lefty just gave Abe a pat on the shoulder and he'll walk off, just nodding, back to the teepees.
Kyle looks, yeah, he's done. Like, he walks his way back to the Cub cabins. He has to go speak to somebody. He's done.
Anybody else want to do anything?
I feel like I want to increase attention more, but I won't.
Do it. But just
do it.
Do it.
Well, I mean, Ivor has a job to do that he's good with them, so he's heading in a similar direction.
Oh boy. We'll have to set that scene up tomorrow. Or later on this week, whenever.
Sierra has curiosity.
I do have curiosity.
She's gonna follow.
God damn it.
I wish I had time to just handle this right now, but I don't.
Let me just see if I fail the curiosity roll. So it's a flat
What's the
roll.
curiosity about where Abel is going?
He's going towards the Cub cabins to talk to Desiree about something different, but
Oh, yeah. I mean,
Oh,
that's the-
Desiree lives off Sept.
he's going to find Desiree.
Oh, we're not going in similar directions at all then.
You're
Yeah,
going
I think
opposite
Lefty and Ava are
directions.
heading in a similar direction. Yeah.
Is Kyle letting Sierra know where he's going?
Yeah, it's not a secret.
All right, cool. Sierra's gonna say, "Oh shit! I just realized I had to talk to Desiree about something too, and she's come all along."
That's cool.
Keep an eye on your boy. Right. So Jesse,
Fucking cop. Damn
you
day.
can assume that Symphony has shown you where the Oncept housing is for the Garou. There's always a room open, so that way he knows where to sleep and stuff like that. She'll tell him if he wants to make a den to talk to the keeper of the land because she doesn't like it when people dig holes without her permission. And if nobody has anything else, I think we can end the scene there.
Binary will never stop.
Thank you, players.
And I will enable.
Right? No, I think she's kind of given up on Binary. Thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. We'll see you next time.